Maureen has written a book called Are Men Necessary? And she suggested in the book that the reason she is not married is that men are scared of her success and brains. There are alternative theories on this subject. Maureen scares me too. But anyway, I want to read you my favorite review of Christine's book, and it's from an alternative paper in Boston, and it starts off talking about the Maureen thing, and it says, Maureen Dowd, you may sit down and shut up. Well-educated and successful women are swans, for strong women, achievers, no spouse, are not more likely to die in a terrorist attack, be struck by lightning, or be eaten by sharks than find a husband after a certain age. Dr. Christine Whelan's book debunks the myth that men are scared away by smart women. Swans, she finds, marry at the same rates as everyone else. They just do so a little bit later and a little bit wiser. And Whelan should know. The sister has more degrees than a thermometer and a wedding in the works. Dr. Whelan is a graduate of Princeton University, and she has master's and doctorate degrees from Oxford U. And without further ado, here's Dr. Whelan.
Hi, everyone. Do I have to stand here? Thank you, everyone, for coming this evening. I know there's a lot of other stuff going on in Washington this week, so I really appreciate that everyone is here. I thought I would talk for about 15 minutes and then leave a lot of time for questions and discussion for that. So in January of 2005, I read an op-ed by Maureen Dowd in the New York Times that argued that smart, successful women are less likely to marry. Men were looking for quiet, subordinate types that they didn't have to talk to, Dowd argued. Now, I had just finished my PhD, and I was very much single, so this news was kind of concerning to me. Maureen Dowd's column and dozens of other newspaper columns worldwide were citing studies that said that women with high IQs were less likely to marry, and that women who excelled in their jobs were less likely to have children. If this was correct, a growing number of high-achieving women in their 20s and 30s would be facing a real problem. More than 3 times as many women receive master's, doctoral, or professional degrees now than did in 1970. Women now make up 57% of college classes and nearly 50% of law school and medical school classes. And young women in their 20s and 30s are climbing high in corporate, nonprofit, educational, and other prestigious careers. Was it true that educated, driven young women were less likely to marry? Were men intimidated by us because of our degrees or our jobs? Did men really want to be with a docile helpmeet rather than an equal? The social scientist in me knew better than to accept conventional wisdom without the data to back it up. So I started doing my own research. I looked at the most recent data that I could find, the U.S. Census Current Population Survey, which is a survey of more than 50,000 households nationwide. Using this large and nationally representative survey, instead of just a few scattered studies here and there, I created a picture of the demographic marriage trends in the United States today. And I was surprised and thrilled to find that there is good news. Today's smart, successful women marry at the same rates as all other women. They just do so a little bit later. As a longtime supporter of the Independent Women's Forum, I'm really pleased to be here to tell you about my new book, Why Smart Men Marry Smart Women. It's the first book to shatter the myth that successful women are doomed to spinsterdom. The first book to shatter the bad news that the media has been telling us for years. The conventional wisdom is that the more successful a woman is, the less likely she is to get married. Do you remember that Newsweek article that said a college-educated woman was more likely to be killed by a terrorist than to get married after a certain age? And did you see that article on Forbes.com a couple months back titled, Don't Marry a Career Woman? It argued that women who make more than $30,000 a year are more likely to have bad marriages. The conventional wisdom is that ambitious women aren't motherly or nurturing, and that success is a masculine characteristic. How could a woman who aggressively negotiates a multi-million-dollar deal also diaper and breastfeed an infant? And if a woman prioritizes her career, that means that she won't prioritize her man, right? At best, high-achieving women are depicted as ice princesses, beautiful, powerful, and untouchable. Why Smart Men Marry Smart Women is a good news book for all the single, successful women out there, and those who love them, who are worried about this topic. And I've got an acronym to describe these women. SWANS, Strong Women Achievers, No Spouse. I like this acronym because, like their namesake birds, swans are beautiful and graceful, sailing alone for much of their early life, but when they find the right partner, they mate for life. So nearly 3 million women in their 20s and 30s have advanced degrees, and 4 million women are already in the high-earning income brackets for their age group. Millions more are on their way up, aspiring to ambitious careers, climbing the ranks of their companies, and working toward their graduate or professional degrees. And I know that there are a lot of swans in the room here this evening. You want to know if your accomplishments are hurting your chances at personal happiness. And for married women, or those in long-term relationships, you wonder how you can balance your career with family. Is high achievement really incompatible with a good family life? All right, so let's get personal. Are you a successful single woman? Are you ambitious? Did you excel in school or seek out advanced degrees in professional training? Do you own your own company or hope to one day? If so, you're among the swans. So here's the headline. New large-scale survey data show that today's successful, well-educated women will marry at the same rates as all other women, and that more income and education may in fact increase a woman's chances of marriage. On average, high-achieving women marry for the first time around age 30, according to national data. So in that first wave of late 20s, mid-20s weddings, swans may get a little panicky. But then the tides turn. A smart, successful, single 30-year-old woman has a 75% chance of getting married in the next 10 years. That is far more than her less educated or less accomplished sisters. And Swan's own experience reflects this. Even in the year that I was researching my book, swans who had been single started meeting and even marrying men who were passionate about them because of their ambition and intelligence. And as you might imagine, I spoke to a lot of men and women in Washington, D.C. One woman who I featured in the book was told by all of her friends that men weren't interested in having a relationship with her because she was quote-unquote intimidating. After a few tough years, she came to a realization. I'm going to read you her quote because she's one of my favorite women in the book. Anyone who tells you that a guy loves you so much, but that he can't handle you, they're smoking crack. Guys want to be with you if they're into you, and if they don't, they're not. I had to stop listening to all this I'm too smart junk. Pick up a copy of the book to read more about her story and how things turned out for her, because she's really one of my favorite people, and she started out right here in Washington, D.C. Still, not everyone has these realizations. Nearly half of high-achieving women in my national surveys said that they believe that their career or educational success is holding them back in their quest for love. Put bluntly, they think that they're overqualified for love. So despite this obvious demographic shift, are swans so down on their chances of marriage? Because for previous generations, including our mother's generation, it was true that well-educated, successful women were less likely to marry. 30 years ago, a woman with a graduate degree was twice as likely to have never married and twice as likely to have no children at home by the age of 40. But the tides have turned. Now high education and income are a bonus when it comes to marriage. There are many reasons for this social change. Women outnumber men in most colleges and many graduate programs nationwide. Young men have grown up seeing women as their peers in school and at work. And let's also give credit where credit is due. This generation of young men was the first where many of their mothers worked outside the home throughout their entire childhood. As one man said to me in an interview, if your mother is a success, you think of a successful family in one in which the women work as well.